Hello everybody, we are back here on the Hunter Call of Wild, and that right there is a level 3 whitetail deer. Now unfortunately this one is a troll, as you guys could see by the upper estimate being 261, so it's not going to be a diamond, which is a little unfortunate, but that guy is not the only level 3 on this map though, and the fact that we even have more than one is absolutely insane. And as a lot of you have probably seen by now, I made a post here on YouTube asking what I should shoot these guys with, and if you guys have seen that post you'll probably already know this, but we currently have 3 level 3 whitetail on our map, and honestly that is a pretty good sign in this Great One grind. I really feel like we've got to be getting close if we're getting this many level 3 spawns, because as most of you probably have seen Flinter's Great One video, when he ended up getting the Great One, he also had a level 3 on his map at the same time, and I believe he had 2 of them, I think. So this honestly is a really good sign, and I'm really excited to see if this is going to result in getting a Great One respawn. So to give you guys a little bit of a backstory, I was doing my normal whitetail runs last night, and I came across a level 3. And because of the fact that it was super late at night, and as most of you that have been with the channel for a little bit probably already know, my wife was sleeping like maybe 5 feet away from me, so obviously I couldn't record. I didn't really want to wake her up, so I decided to leave the deer and continue on my runs, and I ended up running across a second level 3, and at that point I was pretty in shock, honestly, the fact that I had 2 of them on my map at the same time. You really don't see that too often. I've had it in the past, but it's an extremely rare thing to have happen, and it was only 1 run later, which means it was one of the respawns from that run that I had been doing, and that was absolutely insane. But then I came over here and shot a couple deer, and as I shot those, this level 3 that we're currently chasing down ended up running off, so we have 3 level 3 whitetail deer, and we're going to go ahead and take them out with a variety of weapons. I put up a poll asking you guys what you would like to see me kill them with, and the 45 Colt absolutely blew everything else out. I guess you guys really want to see the handgun. But the close second was the bow and then the crossbow, so we're going to be using these 3 weapons. The air rifle technically was the second most voted, but I've already got a video with the air rifle that should be coming out, well, by this time it should be already out, but I had already had that made and I completely forgot about it, so yeah. I was a little bit tired when I put that post up asking about it. I probably shouldn't have put the air rifle in there because I had already done that, but it is what it is. We're going to go ahead and use the crossbow, the bow, and the 45 Colt. So I think for this first one, we'll use either the bow or the crossbow, just because I want to save the 45 Colt for one of the bigger ones, since that was what you guys wanted to see the most. So now that we are finally in the position that I had wanted to get to, we'll start calling and see if we can get this buck over to us. I decided it's probably better to creep up on this guy, considering the wind is starting to shift in that direction. I kind of need to try and get the wind to where it's not going to be pointing directly at them. So we are going to try and stalk up there a little bit closer. And I don't think these guys are interested in the calls anyway. It's been about a minute now since I started calling and have not even heard one of them come near me. So we're going to try and stalk up closer and just hope that we don't end up spooking it in the process. We should be okay as long as we keep to the left a little bit. Ooh, okay, so the doe is actually coming to the call. This definitely isn't what we're looking for, but that should mean that the buck is coming in also, because we got both of these does walking up to us. And yeah, there's our buck right there. There he is. He's actually perfectly 50 meters away. We can 0 to 50. Ooh, there we go. We got a perfect, what looks to be heart shot on that guy. That is awesome. I'm actually really surprised how well that went. That might be the quickest little bow stalk I've ever done. There he is. You can already tell why he is a low score estimate one. This side over here is way smaller than this one. So that's a little unfortunate, but it made for a nice little practice stalk. So let's go ahead and pick this guy up. He's not going to be a diamond, but still a level 3 nonetheless, and he was 258. That's actually a really, really small one. So it's a little bit unfortunate that this guy ended up being a troll as was expected, but these next two ones are actually looking really, really promising, and I think there's a pretty high chance that they might both be diamond, and one of them in particular looks to be a pretty big one. So I think that's the one we'll end up taking with the bow. So I almost forgot to update you guys on what our current kill count is, and last I checked, I think it's just over 1,050 kills. So we're getting pretty far into this grind, and that's another reason why I'm really starting to think that we might be close to the Great One, because we're also getting close to the numbers that both Flinter and Kinsko were near when they had theirs pop out. And like I was saying, so far, pretty much everybody that has had a Great One posted on YouTube had a bunch of level 3s or really high scoring whitetail deer very close to when they got their Great Ones. So it's got me really, really excited and thinking that we might be close. But this buck right here seems to be much nicer than the previous one, and based off of the tip-to-tip spread, I feel like this is going to be a pretty good-sized diamond. The question is, where do we need to get in order to efficiently use the 45 Colt? Because I really don't know what the max range this thing can do is. I really don't use it that often just because it's not that great of a gun. So I guess we could try and call it in maybe and get it closer to the shoreline. My only concern at this range would be the penetration. I don't know if it would be able to penetrate far enough. Since this pistol does max out at 75 meters on the zeroing, I just don't know if I trust it at 130. Seems like pushing it a little bit. But if we can get this guy to like 100, I think I can comfortably take the shot. And then at that point, we kind of just gotta hope that it kills it and doesn't stop too short of the lung. We gotta make sure that it gets into a lung, since this gun is known for having really bad penetration. Hopefully this will work out. I am a little bit worried about this one. Alright, he's actually moving into a pretty good spot now. Just need to wait for him to get a little bit more left and possibly a little bit closer, and then it should be perfect. Ah, man. He turned right as I was thinking about possibly taking the shot. That is kind of unfortunate. It looks like all these guys are calmed down. This guy should be able to get about as close as they are without spooking. Which, if he does that, that'll be absolutely perfect. We should easily be able to make the shot from there. Alright, here we go. Get this shot into... Oh, man, that outline does not stay long enough. It doesn't stay long enough. If he turns a little bit left, then this is perfect. We finally got him down close enough to the shore to where I can actually spot him with the scope instead of having to go to my binocs, which is going to be a huge help. I just don't trust this angle. I don't trust this angle at all. That should be good. That should be a good shot. And it is. He's going down. Oh my gosh, we actually got into a lung. I was really worried that we wouldn't be able to penetrate since it was over the top zeroing. But it looks like we were able to. So that's nice. Let's go ahead and run over there with the ATV and pick this guy up. I'm really, really happy we got him down. Now let's just hope he's a diamond. Here is the blood trail. Medium bleed rate, so we definitely did get into a lung. That is awesome. I'm really happy that we got this guy down. This one looked to be a pretty big buck, so hopefully this will be a new best whitetail for this lodge and for this grind. It looked to be a pretty big one. And yeah, from here it looks like that is some really good tip-to-tip spread. This right here very well could be our biggest buck yet. So, since he landed kind of weird, we can't really get too many good photos. I will get one, though. And then let's go ahead and claim this guy. Let's try to find a clean spot to claim him. I think this will have to do right here. And it is a diamond, 283.90. So that is our best buck yet. That is awesome. Let's go ahead and taxidermize this guy. I'm just super happy that we're finally getting some really good spawns. As a lot of you that have been following this grind from the beginning probably already know, we had a pretty big dry spell for a while where we were getting barely anything good. I believe we got the double level 3s, and then I had a huge dry spell with just finding nothing. And then eventually we ended up finding a troll level 3, I believe it was. It was either a troll or the diamond. I don't remember which one was first, but we had a troll and a diamond, and now we've just got ourselves 2 more level 3s, and we're about to go take out a 3rd one. So this grind really has started to turn around towards the end. I'm really hoping that we're getting close to the great one. As I was saying earlier, I feel like we might be close. I feel like we've got to be getting close with the amount of level 3s and just in general 85 to 100 weight bucks I've been finding recently. I think we've got to be getting close to our great one. I think before we take out this last one, I'll real quickly kind of go over my map a little bit. So as you guys can see, those 2 bucks that we just took out, one of them was right here. This was the troll one. And then right here is where we just took out that level 3 diamond. And I've been kind of scouring the map, and we've found a few new zones last night actually, and one of them is right here and right here. So I decided to put a tent over there, see if we can work on those herds. I feel like this is where a lot of my bucks have been going. As a lot of you that have been watching the live streams probably already know, this zone right here is only producing does for me now. And so is this one right here. So I took this tent down. It's not really worth keeping it there anymore, sadly. And then we have a couple other spots that have been pretty much just producing does recently. One of them being this side over here, which that one has pretty much always done that to me. And then we also had one that is right here that you guys will probably remember. This one, I don't even know where the deer are. It says there's a whitetail zone, but I haven't been able to find them, so I don't know. It's a little bit strange, but we're gonna go ahead and look for this last guy right here. This one right here is what I think is probably the biggest one. I could be wrong, but just based off of looking at him, this does appear to be the largest level 3 that we have. So we're gonna go ahead and try to take this guy out with the bow, and hopefully this will go well. Now I think the hardest part about this guy right here is gonna be trying to stalk around to him just because of how much brush is there. But that could also play into our favor because we can use it as cover. But we probably will end up having to take a super close range shot, which is definitely not ideal, especially when they could potentially spook right as I shoot. So hopefully they won't get that close. I'm really hoping we can get him to about 20 meters. I'd be really comfortable with a 20-meter shot. And I think that will be hopefully the best shot that we're able to do. There's our big buck. He's clearing the back of these guys now, which is definitely not ideal. It's going to make for some extra stalking most likely, and there's now a chance that those does could spook off, which would be kind of unfortunate if it spooks him too. We should be okay though. I think we should be able to get him to come to a call. You know, he actually doesn't seem too interested in the call, so that complicates things a little bit. So I guess we're going to have to stalk up on him, which is going to be interesting. Alright, so we're about 114 out, as you guys can see. We're starting to close the gap on this buck, and I'm very, very curious how this is going to go once we start getting super close. Because this is really going to come down to where the brush is placed, I guess. And if it's in a decent spot, we should be able to creep up there and then use a bush to hide in as we get steadied for our shot. But if he's in the brush, that's going to be a little bit of an issue. So yeah, we're just gonna hope that he's not in the brush, but there's brush for us to hide in. Which, I'd say there's a relatively high chance that we'll have some brush to hide in regardless. It's just gonna be a matter of, is he in a bush or is he out in a open area? There's our buck right there. He's at 40 meters currently. You know, honestly, this is a pretty makeable shot. I'm gonna have to turn the tracks off though, since that drink zone is right in front of him. That is a beautiful buck. Look at this monster. So honestly, I think I can take this shot. 42 meters is definitely a doable shot. That is definitely doable. Especially with the wind blowing right at us. I think this is gonna be fine. We're just gonna wait for him to lift his head up, and then we should be able to take the shot. Ooh, oh my gosh, I think we nailed that. I think we nailed that shot. I don't think it was high. I think we should be good. And yeah, that looks really, really good. Oh my gosh. I am so happy that that didn't take forever. This might be the first bow stalk I've ever done that didn't take a full hour to get done. Usually I end up spooking them off multiple times before I actually get the kill. That is crazy. I'm so happy we were able to get that. Go ahead and get a quick little picture of him. And let's go ahead and pick him up. Is this a diamond? It is, and it is our biggest one indeed. I kind of figured it was based off of that rack. 284.30. That is huge. That is a big buck. Now I have heard that people still are able to find 290s bucks. So that could be another goal for this grind, is to try and get a 290 whitetail. They seem extremely rare, but I've seen a couple people get them. So we can hope. But that is a monster buck. Absolute monster. And another thing that's also a good sign, I guess, is none of these were overweight bucks. So all of these were actual level 3s and not bugged great ones. I was a little bit worried seeing 3 level 3s that one of them could be a bugged great one. But it looks like we didn't have a bugged great one, thankfully. And they are all just normal level 3s. But that is absolutely awesome. Super, super stoked that we were able to get this guy down so smoothly. I still can't believe that we actually got him down that easily. I was really expecting to have to work for that more, but that was awesome. Well, anyway, I think we're gonna go ahead and jump into the lodge now and get these guys put up. Alright guys, so I ended up picking up the 2 multi-mounts that we had down, and we are going to make a couple new ones because obviously we need to have our best buck with the big piebald and the albino, so we're gonna go ahead and build that one first. Now we're gonna put the buck first, and then, or not the buck, the diamond first, and then we're gonna put our piebald second and the albino third. I think that's the order I want to get them to kind of, I guess, pose the way that I'm wanting them. So let's go ahead and put that down there. Yeah, that right there looks really good. I am happy with that. But I'm wondering if it'll look better over here. We'll try it right here and see how this looks. You know, I actually like the way that looks. I think that is perfect right there. So we'll go ahead and just go with this right here. And then for our second multi-mount, let's go ahead and put in probably... We could do 3 diamonds. And in fact, I think that's what we're going to do. Let's go ahead and do 3 diamonds. I think that'll look pretty crazy. So here we have it, the all diamond Huddle Whitetail mount. That is pretty crazy looking. Oh yeah, that looks really good. I like that a lot. So we now have our all diamond one and our diamond and 2 rares. I'm liking that. I'm really liking that. And that makes it so we still have 3 piebalds left for another mount. So let's go ahead and build that. And actually, since this room right here is meant to be a rare room, I think we'll go ahead and put the all rare one right here. There we go. I think that looks good right there. Not too bad. I'm really happy with the way this is turning out. Now for this last mount, I think since we definitely wanted to be in a very visible spot, since it is a triple diamond huddle mount, I think what we'll do is we'll go ahead and probably put it right here. Actually, I don't really like the way they're facing. We'll do right here then. Perfect. That is, yeah, it's about how I wanted it. And that makes it so our biggest buck is looking straight at the entrance. Not too bad. I'm liking it. Well, anyway, if you guys enjoyed the video, consider hitting the like button. It really does help out a ton. Also, if you guys are brand new to the channel, consider subscribing. I do post daily videos along with 5 live streams a week. And you guys will not want to miss out on any of the content with the brand new map coming out on December 10th. It's going to be a fun time and I cannot wait. But with all that being said, thank you guys for watching and I will see you all in the next video. Peace!